WRMN 10 o'clock news. I am your host today, Matt McNeil, broadcasting here from Studio 14, serving the Fox River Valley area and beyond, getting you the local news on what's happening in the world here today. We hope that you're enjoying the day so far here. It is a beautiful sunny Wednesday afternoon, or soon to be afternoon pretty soon. We are in that 10 o'clock news segment right now. Thank you everyone for tuning in today here to WRMN. We are the 10 o'clock news segment that gets you the local news. We will definitely touch base with you on things that are happening locally in the Fox River Valley area and beyond, including in the suburbs and around what is going on in the world. We, of course, take sources, including here the Daily Herald, Shaw Local News, Fox Valley Magazine, and more. Stay tuned as we continue on to tell you the latest of local news. Again, you are listening to Matt McNeil here, filling in for Dennis Green, our usual host for the 10 o'clock news. So we hope that you can enjoy this time here to listen in and be informed on what is going on here in the Fox River Valley area. Currently, right now, in terms of weather, we're seeing a high of about roughly 56 degrees for today. We're seeing a plentiful amount of sunshine that is in that forecast. As we get into tonight, we see a few passing clouds with a low of 39 degrees that will be coming up with that first quarter moon in the prediction. For tomorrow, the 30th of October, we see a high of 57 degrees, generally sunny despite a few of those afternoon clouds. We see a low of 39 degrees coming up. That's partly cloudy here for Thursday night. As we get into Friday on Halloween Day, we see a high of 55, partly cloudy in the morning, giving way to some more cloudier skies later during the afternoon. We see it dropping down to a low of 37 degrees in the forecast, partly cloudy skies. For Saturday, November 1st, a high of 50 is in the forecast, mostly sunny to partly cloudy, eventually accumulating into Saturday night with a low of 33 degrees. For Sunday, we see a high of 54 and a low of 39. Partly cloudy is expected for the whole day. We get into Monday next week, the start of next week, as we continue on into the month of November. A high of 61 is supposed to reach at our top level for the temperatures in the Fox River Valley area. Mainly sunny skies are in that forecast. A low of 35 degrees is predicted here with some clear skies Monday night. Tuesday, we see a high of 61 degrees, plentiful amount of sunshine. We see a low of 40 degrees in the forecast with that full moon arising. That moonrise at about 3:56 p.m., that moon set at 5:21 a.m. That is for Tuesday, the 4th of November. And finally, Wednesday, a week from today, high of 55 is in that forecast with intervals of clouds and sunshine with a low of 38 degrees in the forecast coming up. That's for Wednesday night. For more information and local news and weather, check it out at the Weather Channel's website, weather.com. We'll continue on your morning here going through the most recent on Illinois Lottery with those numbers. Good luck. In most recent news here on Tuesday, October 28th, the more recent of the numbers have been released on those results. In terms of winning tickets in Illinois, there's only been one in terms of the highest as yet at $20,000. And with including here too $1,000 at 4 different winning lottery tickets, there is still yet to be determined the payout of that $2 million payout. Still have yet to be determined, and the jackpot at $714 million. So wishing everyone the best of luck there. The numbers as follows are 2, 19, 33, 53, 61, and 14. If you'd like to view these numbers yourself, find it out, and more information that is located at the Illinois Lottery's website, illinoislottery.com. The jackpot is currently $754 million. The draw close will be October 31st at 9:45 p.m. Again, check out more information for the Mega Millions and more on these special winnings at illinoislottery.com. Let's go into our first story of the day, brought to you by the Daily Herald. This is a recent article written and posted today at 7:21 a.m. Hurricane Melissa churns across Cuba as Category 3 storm. Hurricane Melissa was grinding across Cuba on Wednesday as a Category 3 storm after pummeling Jamaica as one of the strongest Atlantic hurricanes on record, the U.S. National Hurricane Center said. Hundreds of thousands of people in Cuba have been evacuated to shelters. A hurricane warning was in effect for Granma, Santiago de Cuba, Holguin, and Las Tunas provinces, as well as the southeastern and central Bahamas. Melissa has topped sustained winds of 105 miles per hour and was moving north-northeast at 14 miles per hour, according to the National Hurricane Center in Miami. The hurricane was centered 45 miles northwest of Guantanamo, Cuba, and 205 miles south of the central Bahamas. The agency warned that preparations for the storm in the Bahamas, quote, should be rushed into completion. Melissa struck Jamaica on Tuesday with top sustained winds at 185 miles per hour before the weakening over land. It was forecast to continue weakening as it crossed Cuba and remained a strong hurricane as it moves across the southeastern or central Bahamas later Wednesday. The storm is expected to make its way late Thursday near or to the west of Bermuda, where the hurricane watch is in effect. The storm was expected to generate a storm surge of up to 12 feet in the region and drop up to 20 inches of rain in parts of eastern Cuba. The intense rain could cause life-threatening flooding with numerous landslides, U.S. forecasters said. The hurricane could worsen Cuba's severe economic crisis, which already has led to prolonged power blackouts, as well as fuel and food shortages. President Miguel Diaz-Canel said, quote, Cuban President Miguel Diaz-Canel said, quote, there will be a lot of work to do. We know there will be a lot of damage, he said in a televised address, adding that, quote, no one is left behind and no resources are spared to protect the lives of the population. He urged the population not to underestimate the power of Melissa, the strongest ever to hit national territory, he says. Officials in Jamaica were assessing the damage. More than 500,000 customers were without power late Tuesday, as officials reported that most of the island had downed trees, power lines, and extensive flooding. Extensive damage was reported in parts of Clarendon in the south and in the southwestern parish of St. Elizabeth, which was, quote, underwater, said Desmond McKenzie, deputy chairman of Jamaica's Disaster Risk Management Council. The storm damaged 4 hospitals and left 1 without power, forcing officials to evacuate 75 participants, McKenzie said. The government said it hopes to reopen all of Jamaica's airports and as early as Thursday to ensure quick distribution for emergency relief supplies. The storm already was blamed for several deaths, including in the Caribbean, including 3 in Jamaica, 3 in Haiti, and 1 in the Dominican Republic, where another person remains missing. This article was recently posted onto thedailyherald.com. You can find more at thedailyherald.com. When we come back, we'll discuss here the cause of death determined for a teen who died after visiting Grayslake Dental Office. Followed by that, suburban schools make U.S. News 2026 Best Elementary and Middle School Rankings. I'm Matt McNeil reporting live here from WRMN AM 1410, and we'll be back with more in just a little bit. Stay tuned.
If your idea of therapy involves a fishing rod, a tree stand, or a campfire, then you need American Outdoors Radio. Host John Cruz speaks your language, whether it's about the best lures, tracking game, or that one buddy who always forgets to bring the beer. John's got the tips to sharpen your aim, the hacks to pack lighter, and the stories to keep you entertained. Again, that's American Outdoor Radio with John Cruz. Saturdays at 7 a.m. on WRMN 1410. Or stream it at WRMN1410.com. Get ready to outfish, outhunt, and outcamp 'em all on American Outdoor Radio with John Cruz.
My name is Ariel. I moved to the U.S. at 19. I spoke no English and I struggled finding job opportunities. Everything I have, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and getting my high school diploma at age 22.
It was an honor helping you achieve your greatness. Now you're helping others achieve theirs. It inspires me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Before the weather gets too cold, it's time to finish up those outdoor jobs. That's why ComEd wants you to know that electricity can jump from a power line to you and to the tools you're using. So maintain a safe distance from any power lines. You can also call ComEd at 1-800-EDISON-1 to have those power lines de-energized the next time you do any work around them. Stay smart, stay safe, stay back. ComEd, powering lives.
Welcome back to the 10 o'clock news on WRMN AM 1410. Cause of death has been determined for a teen who died after visiting Grayslake Dental Office. This is listed under the healthcare section category on thedailyherald.com. This article has been posted by Janelle Walker on October 29th at 7:10 a.m. A Spring Grove girl who died after a dental visit in July suffered from complications of a dental extraction surgery, the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office has determined. The cause of death has been listed by the medical examiner as, quote, complications of dental extraction surgery under sedation, with, quote, ARID1B gene mutation and multiple neurological abnormalities, cited as contributing factors. Sophie Farmer, age 17, died July 24th after an unspecified incident in Northern Lakes Oral Surgery and Dental Implant Center in Grayslake. The Grayslake Fire Protection District was called for an unresponsive patient and took her to the hospital, according to reports. Farmer was pronounced deceased at Advocate Children's Hospital in Park Ridge, according to Cook County records. The manner of death was listed as natural, according to information released by the medical examiner. According to the foundation of ARID1B research, individuals with the gene mutation, quote, typically have intellectual disability or a variable degree and may also have autistic features, seizures, delays, or near absence of speech, as well as daily living and motor impairments. The foundation also notes not everyone with the mutation exhibit the same characteristics, and the mutation may remain undiagnosed without genetic testing. That's in recent news posted onto the Daily Herald. You can find this and more at thedailyherald.com. Our next story is posted under the educational section of dailyherald.com, posted by Madhu Krishnanorthy. Suburban schools make U.S. News 2026 Best Elementary and Middle Schools rankings. Several suburban schools made the list of U.S. News and World Report's 2026 Best Elementary and Middle Schools rankings released Tuesday. The report includes about 47,000 public elementary schools and more than 23,000 middle schools ranked at the state's and district levels. State rankings on charter schools are also included. The 2026 rankings are based on publicly available data from the U.S. Department of Education. For district-level rankings, at least 2 of the top-performing schools must rank in the top 75% of the overall elementary or middle school rankings to qualify for recognition, according to a news release. The methodology focuses on state assessments of students who score at or above proficient in mathematics and reading/language arts, while accounting for student background and achievement in core subjects. Student-teacher ratios are applied to break ties in the overall score, according to U.S. News. These recognized schools, quote, excel in fostering student achievement and providing exceptional learning environments for all, said Lamont Jones, managing editor for education and U.S. News. Here are among the top 25 Illinois middle schools are number 11, Daniel Wright Junior High School in Lincolnshire, which serves 739 students, scored at or above proficiency level, 76% for math and 71% for reading. Number 12 on this list, Kennedy Junior High School in Lisle, serves 917 students, scored at or above proficiency level, 71% for math and 75% for reading. Northbrook Junior High School in Northbrook comes in at number 13, serving 649 students, scored at or above proficiency level, 67% for math and 75% for reading. Maple School in Northbrook, which serves 429 students, comes in at number 19, scoring at or above proficiency level, 75% for math and 61% for reading. Number 23 is Butler Junior High School in Oakbrook, serving 183 students, scored at or above proficiency level, 67 each for both math and reading. Number 24, Twin Groves Middle School in Buffalo Grove, serves 594 students, scored at or above proficiency level, 66% for math and 67% for reading. Among the top 25 Illinois elementary schools are number 4, the Lane Elementary School in Hinsdale, serving 342 students, scored at or above proficiency level, 87% for math and 82% for reading. Number 6 is Meadow Glens Elementary School in Naperville, serves 483 students, scored at or above proficiency level, 80% for math and 85% for reading. Number 8 is Westmore Elementary School in Northbrook, serving 352 students, scored at or above proficiency level, 82% for math and 77% for reading. Number 10, Highlands Elementary School in Naperville, serves 508 students, scored at or above proficiency level, 74% for math and 77% for reading. Number 11 on this list is Ellsworth Elementary School in Naperville, serving 229 students, scored at or above proficiency level, 77% for math and 77% for reading. Number 13 is Westcott Elementary School in Northbrook, serving 485 students, scored at or above proficiency level, 81% for math and 73% for reading. Number 15 is Greenbrier Elementary School in Northbrook, serves 367 students, scored at or above proficiency level, 72% for math and 77% for reading. Number 18 is Monroe Elementary School in Hinsdale, serving 304 students, scored at or above proficiency level, 72% for both math and reading. The list continues on to say number 19 is House Street Elementary School in Barrington, serves 259 students, scored at or above proficiency level, 72% for both math and reading. Number 24 is Oak Grove Elementary School in Libertyville, serves 926 students, scored at or above proficiency level, 64% for math and 66% for reading. Number 25 is Barbara B. Rose Elementary School in South Barrington, serves 382 students, scored at or above proficiency level, 67% for math and 73% for reading. You can also find here among the top 25 Illinois charter schools are number 2, Prairie Crossing Charter School in Grays Lake, serves 432 students, scored at or above proficiency level, 46% for math and 53% for reading. Number 5 is Elgin Math and Science Academy in Elgin, serves 463 students, scored at or above proficiency level, 25% for math and 27% for reading. Number 20 on this list is Cambridge Lakes Charter School in Pingree Grove, serves 620 students, scored at or above proficiency level, 25% for math, and 46% for reading. For a complete list of schools, visit the article posted at dailyherald.com or follow the link. That's usnews.com/education/K12/search?state=IL. This and more can be found under these news articles on the dailyherald.com. In other news here, Arlington Heights is to set new speed limits for motorized devices. Recently posted by Christopher Plasek of dailyherald.com. Arlington Heights Village Board members are already set to make changes to a recently enacted ordinance that would regulate motorized mobility devices based on speed rather than the type of vehicle or anything else. The revised rules, which could be considered by the board as soon as next Monday, would bar anyone of any age from riding devices that exceed 28 miles per hour, whether an electric bicycle, scooter, unicycle, hoverboard, skateboard, or related product on any street or sidewalk in Arlington Heights. Standard devices that go between 10 miles per hour and 28 miles per hour would be prohibited on sidewalks and could only be operated on the streets by those at least 18 years old, or 16 and 17-year-olds who have a driver's license or learner's permit. Devices that go less than 10 miles per hour could be operated by any user of any age on the streets and sidewalks. This version of the ordinance is unique because it's taking away both the definitions of a multitude of devices that are out there. It's very much simplifying it, said Deputy Police Chief Greg Chudnecki, who helped draft the revised rules. A lot of towns that we've been on webinars with and meetings, it's already a patchwork. Our proposed ordinance with the 3 different speed buckets is pretty unique. He and the village manager, Randy Recklaus, added the new set of regulations could be easy enough for the average police officer on the street to understand the enforcement. Chernecki said, quote, "They can easily tell that a 12-year-old is going 30 miles per hour on that street. That's a red flag," he says. The original ordinance approved September 15th prohibits kids younger than 16 from operating Class 3 e-bikes, which can go 28 miles per hour, or out-of-class electric vehicles that, in some cases, reaches 60 miles per hour. All devices are still prohibited from downtown sidewalks, village parking lots, and garages. Requirements for helmets, working lights, and brakes remain. The other new rule would bar passengers from riding motorized devices intended for one person. Recently posted on the Daily Herald, this and more can be found at thedailyherald.com. When we come back, we'll discuss more on some other local news. Police are investigating the Rolling Meadows High School incident after a bullet was found, and how Round Lake Heights man was charged in connection with the Fox Lake shooting. We'll be back with more here on the WRMN 10 o'clock news.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Sky Rizzi. A missing 14-year-old has been found safe and reunited with his family, according to Aurora Police. Police say the boy voluntarily left his home late Saturday night and, as of Sunday afternoon, had not been in contact with his family since. No other details were released as police say the teen had been found. An Aurora man is in custody after Oswego police say he stole a cash register from a Jewel Osco, broke it open in the grocery store parking lot, then fled with the cash last week. Antonio Alexander of the 2300 block of Georgetown Circle is facing charges of burglary and misdemeanor theft, resisting a peace officer, and obstructing a peace officer following the incident at the grocery store at 2540 Route 30. He was booked into the Kendall County Jail to await a hearing. A Wheaton man, 23-year-old John Jacobson, faces multiple felony charges for possessing child pornography and failing to properly register as a sex offender. Authorities said Jacobson was identified after an online tip from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, which led to the discovery of multiple instances of child pornography linked to his email. He is accused of not providing providing police with his social media and email information when registering as a sex offender. Jacobson is scheduled to appear in court on November 17th. Food banks are bracing for a surge in demand as a government shutdown threatens to pause SNAP benefits for millions. A pause in SNAP benefits is set to start next month after the Trump administration said Friday it won't use a roughly $5 billion contingency fund to keep food aid flowing in November amid the shutdown. A jury has found Drew K. Jarvis of Lake in the Hills guilty of a 2020 road rage shooting in Elgin that killed 41-year-old Francisco Trujillo Uscanga and injured his co-worker. The incident occurred on Route 31 when Jarvis, a passenger in a car, fired multiple shots after a traffic dispute. Jarvis was later linked to the deadly shooting through a separate arrest and conviction. He is scheduled for sentencing on December 3rd. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Progressive knows road trips without your pet can be tough.
Hi, this is Next Stop Dog Boarding.
Hi, it's Scott again. How's Squeaks doing? You can tell if he's stressed by his eyebrows. Oh, and his breathing should sound like this.
Scott, Squeaks is exactly the same as last time you called.
Okay, let's talk in 20 to see if anything's changed.
With Progressive, your pet is covered up to $1,000 in vet bills in case of a car accident. So next time, you can take your pet with you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Coverage for dogs and cats is included with the purchase of collision coverage and subject to policy terms.
When disaster strikes, flood or fire, every second counts. At Emergency Construction Group, they specialize in immediate response and same-day service for any residential, commercial, or industrial emergency across the Chicagoland area. With over 30 years of experience, they've got the expertise, manpower, and equipment to handle any size loss fast. They follow strict IICRC guidelines to restore your property the right way, the first time. Their team values transparency, constant communication, and strong ethical standards because your peace of mind matters. Licensed, bonded, and insured, they're here for you 24/7, 365 days a year. Call 855-4ECG now. That's 855-432-4669. Or visit their website at emergencyconstructiongroup.com. And let Emergency Construction Group put your life back together one step at a time. That's Emergency Construction Group. Your satisfaction is their passion.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. Today, sunny with a high near 55, temperatures falling to around 53 in the afternoon. This afternoon, sunny with temperatures around 53. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 40. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high near 55. Temperatures falling to around 52 in the afternoon. Currently, it is 53 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Hey, at Total Wine & More, you'll love what you find this Halloween.
Me thirsty.
Oh, hey, Frankenstein. Did you enjoy that Cabernet?
Oh, good. Want margarita?
Well, all the villagers are raving about this tequila.
Ooh.
And we have it at the lowest price in town.
Economical.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Welcome back to the WRMN 10 o'clock news. I'm Matt McNeil. Remember, if you miss out on any of these news stories, you can look back and listen on our YouTube channel on WRMN 1410. We always do post right after the 10 o'clock news. That's youtube.com at WRMN Radio. Let's go through our next news story here. Authorities are investigating after a student discovered a live bullet Tuesday at Rolling Meadows High School. This was a recent article posted by Christopher Plasek of dailyherald.com. Rolling Meadows High School students were briefly told to remain in their classrooms early Tuesday afternoon after a student discovered a bullet in the building, authorities said. The student turned in the item to a staff member, and the school was placed in hold status to facilitate an investigation by Rolling Meadows Police Department school resource of officers and detectives around 12:30 p.m., police said. No threats were made to students or staff, and the investigation is ongoing, police said. The incident and ensuing investigation prompted an early dismissal of students, while after-school activities were canceled. Recently posted under crime section on Daily Herald, that's the dailyherald.com. In other news, a Round Lake Heights man is charged in connection with a Fox Lake shooting. A Round Lake Heights man who was shot in the leg earlier this month in Fox Lake faces felony drug and weapon charges in connection with the situation, police said. DeLorean A. Banks, 30, of the 600 block of Seminole Court, is charged with 1 count of unlawful possession of a weapon by a felon and 1 count of unlawful possession of a controlled substance with intent to deliver. Banks was shot twice in the leg October 9th in a residential area on the 300 block of Route 59. According to police, Banks and an unidentified person were involved in a verbal argument before parting ways. Banks was shot a short time later, and he was heading to his vehicle, police said. Police said numerous items of evidence collected during the searches of multiple residents and vehicles included a firearm and a large amount of narcotics found in Banks's vehicle. According to police, Banks was arrested Monday at the Fox Lake Police Department after stopping to speak with investigators. He was being held pending at first detention hearing on Tuesday. You can find this and more under the crime section on dailyherald.com. Our next news story includes the jury resuming deliberations in the trial of an Illinois deputy who killed Sonia Massey. Recently posted by John O'Connor on the dailyherald.com. An Illinois jury resumed deliberations Wednesday in the first-degree murder trial of a sheriff's deputy who shot Sonia Massey, a black woman, in her home after she called 911 seeking help. The 9-woman, 3-man jury deliberated for more than 6 hours on Tuesday in the case against 31-year-old Sean Grayson. Grayson and another deputy arrived at Massey's home in Springfield, Illinois, after she reported a prowler outside early on the morning of July 6, 2024. They entered the house and, spotting a pan of hot water on the stove, Grayson ordered it to be removed, according to the other deputy's body cam video, which was the key evidence. Grayson and Massey joked about how Grayson moved away as Massey moved the hot pan. Then Massey said, quote, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Grayson yelled at her to drop the pot and threatened to shoot her. Massey apologized and ducked behind a counter. She makes it abundantly clear, I want no part of this. Let this be done, Sangamon County First Assistant State's Attorney Mary Beth Rogers said in her closing argument. Defense attorney Daniel Fultz beseeched the jury to decide how Grayson felt in the moment. Quote, not to sit back 15 months later and say, this is what I would have done. It is true that she put the pot down. If it ended there, we wouldn't be here today. But for reasons we'll never know, she reacquired the pot, stood up, and threw it in his direction, Fultz said. Only at that time did he fire his weapon. Massey's killing raised new questions about U.S. law enforcement shootings of black people in their homes. The accompanying publicity, protests, and legal action over the shooting prompted the judge to move the trial from Springfield to the city of Peoria, about 70 miles from the north. If convicted of first-degree murder, Grayson faces a sentence of 45 years to life in prison. The jury can also consider a second-degree murder which applies when there is, quote, serious provocation, or when defendants believe their actions are justified even though that belief is unreasonable. Second-degree murder is punishable with a sentence of 4 years to 20 years in prison or probation. Read this and more on this article and story at local news sites, including thedailyherald.com. When we come back, we'll discuss how November is Thank a Business Month. And we'll continue on to the news story of how protests were held at Palatine Police Station after officers assisted federal agents with arrest. Stay tuned for more here on WRMN's local 10 o'clock news. Reporting live here from Studio 14, I'm Matt McNeil. We'll be back with more in just a bit.
We are AFGE, the American Federation of Government Employees. We represent 700,000 federal and D.C. government workers who are the vital threads of the fabric of American life. We support our nation's military. We take care of our nation's veterans. We protect our nation's borders. We respond to our nation's crises and natural disasters. We provide services to our nation's seniors. The American Federation of Government Employees. We work for America.
We are AFGE, the American Federation of Government Employees. We represent 700,000 federal and D.C. government workers who are the vital threads of the fabric of American life. We support our nation's military. We take care of our nation's veterans. We protect our nation's borders. We respond to our nation's crises and natural disasters. We provide services to our nation's seniors. The American Federation of Government Employees. We work for America.
A recent Gallup poll indicated that 38% of Americans are putting off health care because of financial concerns, the highest ever recorded. I'm Dr. Bob Martin, here to serve you every Sunday afternoon from 1 to 4. Millions of Americans are seeking health advice that will not cost an arm and a leg, so I offer health tips and advice absolutely free. Listen to my show, Sunday afternoons from 1 to 4 right here on WRMN, AM 1410 and 96.7 FM, the voice of the Valley.
Businesses come in all shapes and sizes. Integrity doesn't. For more than a century, the Better Business Bureau has set the standards for how businesses should operate honestly and ethically. So when you're looking for a business you can trust, check to see who's BBB accredited and who isn't. Always choose the Better Business. Look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Welcome back to WRMN 10 o'clock news. I'm Matt McNeil. The Better Business Bureau says November is Thank a Business Month. We'll read this and more coming up next here in this next segment of our 10 o'clock news, WRMN AM 1410. This has been submitted by the Better Business Bureau. As we enter the busiest shopping season of the year, it's an excellent time to thank a business. The Better Business Bureau, or BBB for short, suggests customers show their support and appreciation by nodding to trusted companies with great products, customer service, and community involvement. Businesses, small, mid-size, and large, do more than provide jobs for their employees. They often serve as an integral part of the fabric and lifeblood of their communities. The BBB is recognized in the importance of businesses in November with Thank a Business Month, inviting customers to say thank you, a gesture that benefits businesses and is easy to do so. For complete details, visit www.bbb.org/all/customer-reviews/thanks. At the end of November, we celebrate local and smaller businesses with Small Business Saturday following Thanksgiving, said Steve Burness, President and CEO of the Better Business Bureau. That's very important but one day a year isn't enough to thank great businesses that do an excellent job, end quote. Of course, the ultimate compliment is to continue doing business with and spending money at great local businesses. Another powerful way to thank a business you like is to leave a positive review. When you have an excellent experience where the company went above and beyond your expectations, post a good review on various sites. And the Better Business Bureau website at bbb.org is a great place to start. The latest BBB Trust poll found that 68% of respondents are more likely to leave a review for a business after a negative experience than after a positive one. Posting positive reviews on Google, local Facebook groups, or any review site of your choice helps tout a great business. Also, posting positive comments on the business's website and social media channels helps immediately. Reputation can mean everything, especially for a small business owner trying to attract and retain customers. You want to tell customers that your business is trustworthy, ethical, and transparent. And what better way to illustrate that story than through online customer reviews? There are so many reasons to acknowledge great businesses for their excellent service and the impact they have on the quality of life in the communities where they do business. In addition to the revenue generated by the tax dollars they pay, they also provide financial support for scores of nonprofits and charities. In many cases, they sponsor local causes and community events. Money spent at local businesses keeps much more money in the state and city where they reside. According to the Small Business Administration, small businesses contribute to 43.5% of U.S. economic activity. When shopping locally, about 68 cents of every dollar spent stays in the community, while only 43 cents of every dollar spent non-locally stays in the community. These small businesses are close to home, often down the street or around the corner, providing for our essential needs, Bernis said. Small businesses can also say thank you to their fellow small business owners by purchasing locally the goods and services they need. To read more on this article, visit dailyherald.com to check out more under the business category. In other news, protests are held at Palatine Police Station after officer assisted federal agents in arrest. Posted by Eric Peterson, let's read through this article. A group of roughly 100 people protested in front of the Palatine Police Department late Tuesday afternoon in response to a Monday incident where a village police officer assisted federal agents with an arrest. Police officials Monday said the officer only intervened in an attempt to calm a chaotic situation at a local business. Despite the explanation, many Tuesday's protests remain upset that officers were assisting federal immigration agents. I think it's critical the local police follow the Trust Act, said Janet Howard of Palatine. I understand they're in a hard position. Police officers are trained to respond, but they have to follow the agreement, end quote. Under the state's Trust Act, local law enforcement officers are prohibited from assisting federal agents in civil immigration enforcement operations. The protest was organized by the group Progressive Palatine. Hugh Brady of Inverness said he hopes more information sheds additional light on the incident, including police body camera footage and witness statements. If the officer was just trying to keep the crowd away, that would be acceptable, he said. If you can arrest people without a warrant, you can arrest anybody. Palatine Police Monday defended the officer's split-second decision to resolve a confrontation without injury. According to police, Palatine officers responded to a report of a disturbance at 11:50 a.m. Monday on the 1100 block of East Dundee Road. Initial reports indicated 3 individuals wearing police insignia were trying to arrest a customer at the business. A crowd of about 20 people had also gathered, shouting obscenities at the federal agents. A Palatine officer provided verbal instructions in Spanish to the customer being arrested and grasped their handcuffed right arm while federal agents secured the left arm. Police officials said the officer's actions were done in an effort to bring the situation to, quote, safe and peaceful resolution. The Palatine Police Department remains committed to complying with all of state laws and will continue to focus on building strong relationships with the community, the village's statement read. Among the crowd was Jenny Levin of Palatine, a nurse who's a Democratic candidate for the 51st District State House seat. She said the entire community deserves more transparency about the incident. I don't know that we'll have all the information, she said. I'd like to live in a world where we can trust our police officers. My biggest concern is that anyone can buy a uniform online and say they're federal, end quote. In response to the video of the event circulating online Monday, Palatine officials said 2 of the federal agents involved are wearing green attire, while the 3rd is in blue. The Palatine officers were in full uniform with their Palatine police patches clearly displayed on their sleeves. Check out more information on this article and more at thedailyherald.com. When we come back, we'll discuss Dia de los Muertos concert and celebration at the Hemmons Cultural Center come October 30th. And of course, immersive Wandra opens at Woodfield Mall and 312 Comedy Fest returns. Stay tuned for more here on WRMN's 10 o'clock news. I'm Matt McNeil. I'll be back after this. Are you dreaming of a getaway? Want to leave the stress of daily life behind? Whether it's a relaxing cruise or an adventurous land escape, planning the perfect vacation doesn't have to be a hassle. At Cruises International, they specialize in vacation destinations, land and sea, making your dreams come true. Located at 1721 Moon Lake Boulevard in Hoffman Estates, Cruises International isn't just about booking travel. They're your personal concierge, trusted travel advisor, and advocate. Your preferences are unique, and they'll take the time to understand exactly what you're looking for. From personalized service to their global network of specialists, they ensure that your vacation is tailor-made just for you. It's time to plan the vacation of a lifetime. Call 800-255-7447. That's 800-255-7447 today and speak to a cruise and vacation expert. Cruises International. It's time to set sail to your dream destination.
When it comes to orthopedic and spine surgery, Prime Healthcare St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin leads the way. Recognized by U.S. News and World Report as a high performer across multiple surgery types, we offer advanced and minimally invasive procedures supported by state-of-the-art imaging technology. Our expert surgeons and compassionate care teams are here to help you move, heal, and live better every step of the way. St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin, exceptional care close to home.
Nobody had to tell your grandparents not to drive while using their typewriters. Why should it be any different for us kids and our cell phones? Distracted driving was the cause of more than 3,000 deaths in 2022. Come on, we're smarter than this. Let's put down the phones and focus on the roads. Drive safe, everybody.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the WRMN 10 o'clock news. I'm Matt McNeil. Always keep yourself in tune and up to date on what's happening here on WRMN and locally in the Fox River Valley area and beyond. As we start to conclude our segment here on the WRMN 10 o'clock news, let's go through 2 submitted content articles. You can join in Dia de los Muertos concert and celebration come October 30th at the Hemmons Cultural Center. Submitted by Donna Lake, posted today. Let's read through this article. The Elgin Symphony Orchestra and the Hemmons Cultural Center invite the community to share in celebrating the Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos, at a concert and community celebration on Thursday, October 30th at the Hemmons Cultural Center at 45 Symphony Way. Pre-concert activities include free face painting and crafts, lobby entertainment, and food for purchase beginning at 5:30 p.m. A pre-concert talk about the history of Dia de los Muertos will be held at 6:30 p.m. The concert, featuring the ESO and vocalist Jose Carlos Diaz, performing special arrangements of popular boleros, including Sabor a Mi and La Llorona, and a performance by the BFH Dance Ensemble, beginning at 7:30 p.m. The performance will be conducted by ESO musical director Chad Goodman. This special event is presented in partnership with the Gail Borden Public Library and the City of Elgin, and is made possible by support of the Florence B. and Cornelia A. Palmer Foundation and Siegel Foundation. Tickets are $25 and $5 for students and are available at www.elginsymphony.org. The ESO offers free youth tickets for children aged 17 and under with a paid adult ticket. Call the ESO box office today at 847-888-4000 for more information about this program. And finally, under entertainment, Best Bets, Immersive Wandra opens at Woodfield and 312 Comedy Fest returns. Posted by Barbara Vitello. Let's read through this article. Cloudscapes, crystal caves, and enchanted meadows make up Wandra, a new immersive nature-centered experiencing opening at Woodfield Mall in Schaumburg. The exhibit, which spans 11,000 square feet and is suitable for all ages, is located at Entrance 5, between Macy's and the parking garage near the lower-level dining pavilion. Timed and dates admission start at $18.99 for 13 and older, and $14.99 for seniors, as well as $12.99 for kids, 2 to 12. You can check this out and more information posted on their website. That's Wandra, that's WONDRA experience.com. Their opening day is Thursday, November 6th. You can read more in this article, furthering in detail on 312 Comedy Fest and how it returns under Entertainment on thedailyherald.com. This does wrap it up here for our 10 o'clock news. Thank you everyone for tuning in as Matt McNeil here reports live from Studio 14 on local happenings and news stories in the Fox River Valley area and beyond. Tune in more. Up next, we have Out to Lunch. I'll discuss, of course, local news segments, of course, articles on what's happening locally in the Fox River Valley area, and a couple conversation stories of the day. Stay tuned for more on WRMN.